He just flew in. I thought he was gonna land here with me. Instead he landed over on the dead limb. Okay, so I throw my throw ball up there, and when I threw it up there, I finally caught the branch I wanted. And as I was pulling the ball through, this red-tailed hawk flew over and tried to attack the throw ball. I think he thought it was a mouse. And he's up there in the tree right now. Trying to find, oh, there he is. Let me see. There he is. I'm gonna go up there and say hey to him. So I am deeply in my feelings on this one. This is day 3 on a tree that I thought would take 1. I'm questioning every bit of my ability, and not to mention the aggravating 2.5-3 hour drive there and back every day is just taxing. So
same thing on this one. Let me put a back cut first.
I'm beyond frustrated. I'm just trying to get through it at this point, and we are speed lining here because I actually have an electric wire directly under me, and there's a rope for some reason tied between these 2 dead trees here and here, so I can't land anything there because if it hits the rope, it's going to pull the trees together and break a top out.
Okay, those 2. Now I'm out of speed line straps, which is a problem. But I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can send down. Hey, will you go get the rest of the speed line straps and I'll figure out a way to get a rope down to you?
So this tree was big, dangerous, and had a ton of variables, but I'm not proud of how any of this went or how it ended, and I'll explain further as we go.
Line up. That way. Huh. All right. I have this one, but I'm half tempted to just hang the damn thing, then hook it up. I'm going to. I'm gonna hang it, then I'm gonna hook it up. This one's too big. If I swing it and it drops into it, it's probably gonna get hung up or hit the wire. So I'm gonna cut it, hang it, then hook it up, and we'll send it. This one is a little heavier too. So do you need to hook something up back here? Or go around a little tree or something? So I hung it here. Now what I'll do is just hook another speed line strap a little lower so we can get pull on it. Then I'll hook it up and I'll cut that stop off. And yeah, it'll go. And hopefully it goes right down in that crack. Hang on just a second, I gotta hook it up.
Alright, so instead of hooking up the whole thing and cutting off the stub, I realized it's a little too big, so what I'll do is hook it up a little lower and take this in 2 pieces. I actually don't even hook the second one up, we just kind of slide it down the speed line, and well, you'll see. Here it is.
Okay. Oh shit, I had this one right in the way of it. Hey, tighten up again. Hey, Jake, pay attention. I had him tightened for a reason, man. Holy shit. You get whacked with that chunk of wood.
So I feel like this is the best molly you could possibly have. The reason for that is the other ones are just a stationary loop that you clip things onto. This one you can just open it up very easily, and plus you can attach it wherever you want because it's just a really large S-beaner. So yeah, check that out. Maybe try one of these if you don't have a molly for your speedline straps. It's a really cool little tool to have. Very cheap too.
The one you guys were on.
So I guess this is also worth mentioning. The 3 days we chose to do this were the hottest days of the year, so pushing 100 each day.
All back up. This one and this one, and then this section. Yeah. Yeah. Push record. Yeah. Took that one that went out that way, so that I can now take this one in one, swing it down into that hole and out there. And all I got is that top, and then some wood, and then I got to go over and do that section, and then move that chain up. What happened is it went around and the tip caught that. It was a long swing. It was out here in the leverage for it. I was going to swing it under, but then I still felt like it was going to get hung up because it was going to start to turn because it had all the weight up and into like a L, a dog leg. So it was going to roll no matter what. So I tried to sneak it all the way around. I almost did, but it snagged here. And then he let the butt down where it was touching this. And luckily the tag line was long enough they could get a hold of it, pull out that way instead to get it off of it, and then wiggle it loose. So we got the one up here left, and I got some wood, and then we'll set up some reel rigging here and over there and do those two big tops. He just flew in. I thought he was going to land here with me. Shit, he landed over on the dead limb. I think the reason he comes here is this yard used to be covered in real high underbrush, so there's probably mice everywhere. So he hunted here, and he's used to hunting here out on the dead limb. Hey man, what up? I better get my face mask down in case he comes over trying to peck my eyes out, because he keeps stink-eyeing me. All yours. Nice work. Hey Jake, I'm gonna spin this molly down to you. Here it comes. Coming good. It just it swung up under a little too much, and then the tip got hung up on this. So I had to fight it down a little bit, but what do you do? We've told this dude it's gonna kill this tree, but he doesn't care. He didn't want to pay to have it all the way down. So stupid. I don't get it, but to each their own. I'm just saving it so he can rent his house out and get it so it's not dangerous anymore, or life-threatening, I guess. So silly.
So I know some of you are going to say, like, how are you going to say you didn't want to do this when you agreed to it? Well, in all actuality, I didn't. The plan was to remove the tree. Well, when all this insane crack and split of the tree and size was, we finally realized, that switched the price on his end. Well, then he totally changed his plan, act like he was going to not do it, and then he asked, no, please, please, please do it, no one else will touch it. So I get started. Then after day two, no, after day one, his plan completely changes and he lets me know, oh, we're just going to top this thing. And I tell him, this is not going to work, it's going to kill the tree. He says he doesn't care. So what do you do?
Okay. So there it is. And this used to be where you see daylight completely through it. Went ahead and closed it up.
So it really sucks to spend that much time and put that much effort forth and then absolutely be disgusted by the end product. I would recommend every tree guy out there, any homeowner that does, never do this. All you're going to do is introduce rot into the tree, and it's not going to have a long life. So yeah, we saved it for a minute. We closed the crack up, but ugh, gross. So I did try to give it my best to talk him out of it. The first thing was, you know, hey, it's just going to introduce rot into the tree. That didn't work. It's going to be ugly. It's going to look gross. That didn't work. He didn't really care. His answer to me telling him that it was just going to kill it was, well, then I'll have you back eventually and you can take it down. When I know it's BS because you're not going to own it. You're just looking to sell it. So I don't know why I went through with it. I feel like after, in hindsight, I shouldn't have. And also, on top of that, I probably shouldn't post this on YouTube because now I look like an idiot. So.
Give them what they want. See the little woodpecker? Weird stick that grew on this tree.
Oh, you're all behind me, huh?
That's a strange one, huh? This looks like somebody carved it. Maybe that guy over there in the woods.